Yeah, so the defending champs are playing the best team in the NBA as of now in the Celtics. And the Celtics are looking to bounce back after they blew a lead to Cleveland on Tuesday. Do you think this is a finals preview, or what are we watching? What are we watching for?
Well, listen, I mean, Vegas thinks it's a finals preview, and I think Denver is incredibly likely to end up in the finals on the western side of the bracket. By the way, I just thought of this because I was trying to think, is there a scenario where you could get to go to a finals game? So I'll just make this commitment here. If the either LA team makes it and Boston makes it, I'll get you some bad tickets to one of the games so you can go.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
The Clippers are your better bet to end up making the finals than the Lakers are.
Yeah, we're talking.
But if either one of them
here.
are playing, yeah, what do you think I was talking? Well, I mean, how else could we do it? How else can they be playing the Celtics? I was saying because you're a Celtics fan. I was saying if there's you live in LA.
I'm just thinking like how the hell are the Clippers going to face up with the Nuggets, and how are the Lakers going to? We saw how that went last year.
No, right. Well, listen, I was thinking that too when I made this multi-$1,000 commitment out of nowhere. That is, I'm probably not going to have to come through on it. But I am not saying I'll fly you to Denver. I mean, they're more likely to make it. But if it were to happen, I did this for man. Sometimes I get myself in trouble with this. And then I'll do the finals preview thing. I was very confident that the Knicks were totally cooked last year. Let me see what game it was. Hold on. I want to get this right. So we have on the TV show when I say diehard, I mean the most diehard sports fan I've ever met. Under any circumstances for any team.
Dude, that's huge.
We talk about him on the show sometimes. This kid's named Ramsey. He's a great producer. I shouldn't say kid, but I think he's your age. So he's a kid to me. And when I say loves the Knicks, I mean, I think, and he's such a nice guy, gets angry when like I snub one of the Knicks from the NBA medals. He used to sit next to me in the office. He still sometimes does. And I'd glance over and he's just watching like Obi Toppin highlights from when he was on the team. Like, I mean, a true diehard. Like a legitimate, true diehard. And I thought the Knicks were cooked in, I don't even know what series.
Was it the playoff series last year?
It definitely was the playoffs. So I'm trying to remember. It doesn't really matter. Regardless, I said kind of flippantly that if the Knicks were in a position to where they had a big playoff home game, not like, they're going to get swept or something, a big playoff home game, I was like, Ramsey, I'll buy you a ticket. And I was being dead serious, but I also did not think it was going to happen. And then the Knicks split the first two in Cleveland, and then they had a game 3 at the Garden. I think that's what it was. Whatever it is, I know the Knicks won. I know I bought the ticket, and I know Ramsey said it was the greatest sporting event he'd ever been to in his life. But that was an example. So I felt good about it. It was a cool thing. But also,
Jalen Brunson for that.
Yeah, exactly right. But it was also similar to this, which is when I said it, I didn't actually think that they were going to get there. And then they got there. So, hey, maybe the Celtics will win the East and one of the LA teams will be in the finals or get to go to it. But now to the topic. Here's my concern about Boston. They suck at the end of close games. Yeah. And they have for a couple years. And this is also some of my trepidation about Tatum. Tom Haberstroh, who has a Substack, you got to pay for it, but it's like $60 for the year. If you're a big NBA fan, it's $5 a month. I think it's worth it. He did an article on Tatum yesterday that is galling as far as, okay, MVP candidates and their effective field goal percentage in the clutch this year. Shea, 62%. Again, effective field goal percentage, so it incorporates threes are worth more than 2, but just it's fine. Jokic, 61%. Giannis, 59%. Luka, 54%. Tatum, 38%. Okay, is that an outlier? Tatum's effective field goal percentage in the clutch 2 years ago, 38.5%. Last year, 38.3%. This year, 38%. Tatum, 3-point shooting in the clutch, 19%. So, and this is all
shot
via Tom
selection's poor
Haber-Stroh's.
in those moments. I notice.
So that's exactly right. His shot selection is very poor, and this is where, and so just for the context here of everyone in the league that's over the last 3 years taken at least 200 clutch shots. All right, there's only 11 or 12 guys, and here's who they are. Number 1, shout out Daniel. Jokic, this is effective field goal percentage at 55%. Number 2, Steph, 53%. Number 3, DeRozan, shout out DeMar, 52%. Number 4, Fox, 51%. He just won Clutch Player of the Year. Number 5, Embiid, 51%, tied with LeBron at 51%. Number 7, Shea, 48%. Number 8, Durant, 47%. 9, Trae Young, 46%. 10, DeJounte Murray, 45%. 11, Donovan Mitchell, 44%. 12, Tatum, 38%. So, there's 12 guys that have taken a lot of these shots. He's last by a lot. And you say shot selection, DeMonte, that is the problem. This is where the idolization of Kobe can bite you a bit.
Yeah.
So, 2 things on Kobe. One is, and this is going to end up being at least a partial compliment, Kobe took terrible shots. What made him special was he could make them. But even Kobe, who was as good of a bad shot maker as the league has ever seen, was not that efficient. Because nobody is super efficient on hard, tough shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
On tough
Turn
shots.
around, jump it, right.
So if we just take Kobe's peak, right? If we take from Kobe's basically 0-2 season through his last championship, even just that peak, Kobe was a 45% shooter and 34% from 3. For his career, he was around the same, actually, just under 45% of the field and just under 33% from 3. But he was taking impossible shots. Tatum is a really, really good player. And he's taking similarly impossible shots.
And he's got a really good team as well.
Right. So that's the other thing. And the thing when you take contested jumpers, you never get to the line. You know, at the end of games. You're not. And so that's my concern for Boston is I don't know they're going to blow everybody out. And if these games are close late, do you trust Jimmy Butler and the Heat more? I do. Do you trust Milwaukee more? Maybe now that they have Dame. I still trust
the defense in any situation, though. They have that going. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, Miami's defense isn't Boston's defense, but I get what you're saying. Like, when it comes to late in games, not making mistakes, taking the right shot.
But also, Boston is truly, they're not trying to make the finals. They're trying to win the title. And Denver, their late game execution is the best. Jokic gets them a good shot every time. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.